So obviously today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I typically film, but every once in a while I like to throw out these random videos where I'm showing you more into my life, kind of behind the scenes. So it is still candle related because what I'm doing right now is I am preparing for our next candle making workshop. I decided to do a Taylor Swift Swiftie themed candle making workshop. I'm really excited for it. It is going to be on August 1st from 5 to 7:30 p.m. It's in Murrieta, California. So if anybody is watching this video and it sounds like something that you would want to go with your friend, with your sister, whoever you want to take, I'll have that down in the pinned comment down below. But what I'm going to do is just start to clean up the kitchen because I'm going to be filming content for real. Now, I've been really into making content and trying to make more reels lately because I see the engagement really coming on when I take the time and actually post. It's like if I overthink too much, then I end up not posting anything. So I'm kind of in the mindset right now where posting is better, even if it's not perfectly exactly how I want it to be. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just cleaning up the kitchen. Yeah, my kitchen it's not super clean. That's why I am doing today's video. So I am just gonna be cleaning up the kitchen and just kind of sharing with you guys what I have going on, what I have planned, and how I am going about doing it. So what I'm cleaning up the kitchen for is actually to film content for a reel that has to do with making cookies. So again, I know cookies is not necessarily something that goes with candles, but for the Taylor Swift inspired workshop, I'm going to be making homemade chai sugar cookies, and I need to do more testing with the recipe, and I also just want to film content for it. So obviously I can't have a messy kitchen while I do that. But essentially what we did to figure out for hosting this workshop, because I actually reached out to a couple wineries in our local area because we are in the Temecula, California area. There are tons of wineries in the area. And I reached out to a handful of them via email and I didn't hear anything back. So I looked into some of the other local businesses and I just wasn't able to find a location that I wanted to host this workshop at because I have a vision for how I want everything. And so what I did was I went on Peerspace. And if you guys don't know what Peerspace is, it's kind of like an Airbnb, but for events. So a lot of times people will rent out spaces. It's for a designated amount of time. And it just allows you to be able to host, I don't know, people will do meetings, events, weddings, birthday parties, things like that. And all of these different Peerspace hosts will have different locations and they have their schedule that you could, book something and be able to rent it out for whatever day you need. So I was looking on Peerspace and I've actually been looking on there for quite a while, but I wasn't able to find anything that I felt was perfect. I did find one location, but I don't know. It's a place where typically it's mainly for food. And I just felt like, I don't know how the host is gonna feel about me utilizing it mainly for candle making purposes. So I ended up looking again about a week ago or so, maybe a week and a half ago. And I found a location that I thought would be perfect for it. And the price was actually really reasonable because that's something else to consider is, okay, so when I'm finding somewhere to host these workshops at, either I'm going to be spending money to rent out the space, and I'm also going to be spending money on advertisement and also trying to get all of the guests to sign up, find us, all the marketing, everything is on me. Or if I partner with a business, they already have their existing customer base, but I also have to give them a portion of the ticket sales or whatever we decide. Obviously, I would rather partner with a business, but here's what I found, you guys. I found that if I put on these events, that these businesses around me will find me through advertising for that event that I have created. Because I did actually have a local business reach out to me. I had several businesses just follow me. So I feel like I need to look and see if the compatibility will be there for a candle making workshop. But I also want to look into having different Instagram pages that are for the local area. I want to see if they're able to post about it on their page, because again, it's all about getting in the eyes of the local community. It's different than just wanting people to come to your website from anywhere in the country. It's a little bit different when it's localized in your local area. By the way, if you hear any tape or noises or anything, Chris is packaging up wholesale orders. There's a few boxes on the bed right in front of me, so I'm kind of having to stop just so it's not too loud, or when he needs to leave out of the apartment. Gosh, I feel like I just have stuff everywhere, you guys. I am not a neat person. If any of you have ever been under the impression that I'm neat and organized, I'm not. I have stuff everywhere, all over the place. And I keep wanting to just put it back here because I don't know where to put it. Anyways, so when it came to getting this all set up, basically what I did was I found this location. I reached out to the host of the Peerspace, the person who owns it and is like in charge of that listing on Peerspace. And I just asked, can I get a tour of the space that you have to see if it'll work? And she agreed, so we met up, Chris came with me, and it's just a perfect little space. They use it for a bunch of different things, dance practices, they use it for different little events. Some people have done pop-ups there. I'm like, wouldn't that be so fun actually to have a pop-up that you kind of put together with maybe like 4 to 6 different vendors in your area that you just kind of create your own little farmer's market or your own little pop-up together. I feel like that would be really fun. So we went, and it seems to be perfect for what we need. And so we decided to book for the 1st of August. And then it just kind of was like this feeling of like go time of getting everything up and ready to go for marketing purposes. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, there's definitely always that feeling of like, what if nobody buys? What if, I know I've talked before in the past, because we do work with Board and Brush as well, which we do also have another event with them, another workshop with them on the 8th of August. And whenever you're doing workshops like this, it's a little different when you have a workshop that you are being hired to do. So let's say somebody is hiring you to do like a birthday party or a bridal shower, which I haven't had that happen yet, but hopefully in the future I will. But it's a little bit different because that can be prepaid for, and you don't have to worry about marketing or anything like that. It's just the guests are already there. It's a little different when you're putting on your own event, but these are the things that I have completely stepped out of my comfort zone to be able to do. If you were to ask Erica, even 3 or 4 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm not doing that. I used to freak out over doing lives, YouTube lives, Instagram lives, interviews. Like those things were always the biggest struggle for me. I used to always just think, what if I mess up? What if I say something wrong? What if I am awkward? I've always been so nervous about being awkward. And then the moment that I realized the more I did it, the better I felt about it, the more I realized I'm just myself. I don't have to pretend to be anybody else. I'm just talking to somebody. Like I don't have to put on this professional persona or feel like I have to do anything in particular. I just am who I am, and my personality is who I am. So once I realized that, and honestly, probably becoming a mom has helped more than anything. Let's be real, honestly. I think becoming a mom has absolutely helped me break out of my shell of letting my anxiety take over everything. Because if it was 4 or 5 years ago, because I forget my son is almost 3, so yeah, probably be more of like maybe 4+ years ago, I just would have never done anything like that. I feel like there's so many things in the past that I turned down just because my anxiety just completely took over. And immediately it's just trying to protect me from who knows what, I don't know what. But yeah, putting yourself out there doing workshops, I mean, it's definitely something that you have to, especially if it's the first time, it's an experience. I mean, it really is. It's fun. It's one of the most fun things that I do in my business, honestly. I love doing that. Also, I think doing my online classes has helped me a lot because those are live. And now that I've done 3 online classes, I have my 4th one tomorrow night. So it's my third time doing the Stop Testing and Start Selling online class to help you get past the testing phase. That is what I'm doing tomorrow. It's Tuesday, July 21st at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Those are the ones that I feel has helped me so much with my confidence. I've done 5 or 6 in-person workshops, so I feel like that has also helped my confidence. I feel like the more you do something, the better. By the way, I just have to show you guys this. Nothing to do with today's video at all, but I made this little label here. I don't know if you guys know what Branch Basics is. It's like just a better, healthier alternative to cleaning products, but you get the concentrate and then you can just keep making more of the cleaner. But I made the little label to put on it, but I made sure to put Branch Basics. It's not my brand. I don't sell cleaning products, but anyways, I just love using this. I don't really know what I wanted to talk about for today's video because I just thought, well, if I'm going to be cleaning up the kitchen because I'm going to be filming some reels, why not utilize that time? Because I gotta be honest, you guys, sometimes I think to myself, okay, am I filming a YouTube video? Am I filming a reel? Am I focusing on editing? Because it's not just filming, but it's also editing too of the content that I already have. So there's just a lot of things on my mind. Or am I, creating ideas of different things I wanna do? Because I always feel like there's a new thing or something that I'm striving for in my business or working towards, and I feel like that's a good thing, but it can also be overwhelming because, as I've talked before in the past, it can be distracting sometimes if I have all these different avenues that I'm trying to chase because I wish I could just split myself in 5 different parts and be able to do all these different things. But I know that it's also a good thing because the more I diversify in my business, the more comfortable I feel about living off of the income that we are living off of, because it can be hard out here, let me tell you. So now I'm just gonna pull out all the ingredients that I'm using for the cookies. I think I'm gonna slightly change it up because my first recipe I used coconut sugar and I barely have any coconut sugar left. So I'm just gonna start grabbing some of the stuff that I know that I'll need. So these cookies, like I had said, are chai sugar cookies, and I before this I had never made anything like this before. Also, for those of you that don't know, I love milling my own grain to make flour. So I have my grain mill here. This is the Nutri-Mill Classic. Grain mills have been, gosh, I've had to use ones from Amazon over the past 6 months. And then I want to say it was a month ago or so, I finally got this one because I swear they've been out of stock for so long. A lot of them are back ordered. So I don't know if you guys are into that kind of stuff, but took a while to get. Chris is now taking all the boxes out onto the hand truck. So he's shipping out the wholesale orders right now. So one moment. So in case you're curious, if you know anything about wheat berries, I use a soft white wheat blended with an einkorn for the cookies. And what's funny about fresh milled flour cookies is that they have there's a different texture that you get. Oh, I also need cornstarch. So cornstarch is interesting. It just helps give, I actually don't know exactly what it does. I don't want this to fall. So I don't know exactly what the cornstarch does. I think it has something to do with the structure or something to kind of keep it together or something like that. But I've just been playing around with different recipes, and I don't eat really any sweets. I don't eat a lot of sugar, mainly because of my autoimmune issues, so I just keep that very, very low to a minimum. Usually the only sugar I eat is apples. It's not even like added sugar, but that's like my sweetness for the day. But with these, I am really excited to get the little cookie, it's like the little cookie wrappers from Amazon, and make these little, I think they're about 4-inch cookies, and just have everybody have a cookie during the workshop. So it is gonna be a candle making. Do you need me to hold the door? Yeah. Okay. So the guests are gonna make their own custom candles, so they get to customize a scent based on their favorite era. So I'm gonna have printouts of probably different albums of Taylor Swift as the actual title of the candle. And then if they want to write in a title, they can do that as well. So I'll have blank ones. And then there's gonna be a friendship bracelet making station. So I got friendship bracelet making kit supplies. And then they get a homemade chai sugar cookie. So I love the thought of putting together these events and just being able to host. Again, I've never been somebody in my entire life who has ever enjoyed hosting. I never thought of myself as, ooh, I love to host and I want to host a lot of people. But again, it might be the mom in me now that is like, ooh, I want to nurture and be able to have these great experiences and give people a really good experience. And also being able to share, like, you know, these baked goods that I'm creating from me that I would love to do. But I love the idea of being able to almost merge those two things together. I love the concept of, in your business, if you're able to take other things that you love and really bring it into your business, it's going to make you enjoy your business so much more. So being able to have these events, have these workshops, as hard as it is to, you know, get them put together and figure out the marketing and the doubt that comes with it, and a little bit of anxiety and all these different things as you're trying to put everything together, it's worth it for me because I'm able to then blend different ideas. This is just what I had planned. It's a little bit different than the other workshops that I have done before in the past. But again, I just love the creativity of it. I love being able to give people a fun experience that they can remember and have their friends with them and make memories. And it's just, it kind of, I guess, brings the brand name full circle of Memory Box Candle Co. I feel like I'm running out of battery or time on this, either one. But I am going to be switching things over so I can take some real footage. Hopefully I can edit that into today's video somehow if I'm able to get that footage edited before I get this video up. If not, then you can probably go over to my Instagram soon and see the footage. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.